The Sienna Pochade box is not only a beautifully crafted box, it's easy to set up and it's practical to use. However, like any tool that we get, we want to spend a few minutes getting familiar with how it operates and how to customize it. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to show you how to customize the palette that's included in here to make it easier to mix colors. Select a sturdy tripod and mount the Sienna box to that, and then securely adjust the easel and mount an art panel to that so that we can paint. And finally, we'll add a few accessories to it to complete our setup. So let's get started. This is the large model of the Sienna Pochade box. It measures 14 3/4 inches wide, it's 11 1/4 inches deep, and it's 2 3/4 inches thick. And it weighs just a little over 5 pounds, so it's not too heavy. Now you'll note there's no storage area for things like paint tubes and accessories and that sort of thing. I think that just adds to the bulk and complexity of a Pochade box. I wanted something that was easy to set up. Now you may like having the storage area, and that's okay, but I felt like if I had something that was lightweight and easy to set up, I would be more likely to use it. And you may find that to be true in your case as well. This Sienna Pochade box that I have right here, it's a decent size for me. It's got a good size palette area that's 10 by 12 inches, which is plenty large for mixing your colors. It can hold art panels up to 17 inches high and any reasonable width, which is good. And it also has this beautiful small brush tray, accessory tray that you can attach to the side. It's normally stowed right here on the top of the panel when in storage. Now, I'm also impressed with the construction of the Sienna box. It's really got a solid build quality to it. It's made out of poplar, maple, Baltic birch, so it's well built. It feels solid to me. And it's also beautifully finished. Look at this cherry colored stain and lacquer finish that it has. But you know what? It's probably not going to stay this way as I begin to paint. That's just the way it is. It's going to get dirty. It's going to get marked up with my oil paints. I'm going to open up the Pochade box so you can see the glass palette in here. So I undo that latch. I'm going to loosen up these knobs here. You'll notice that the glass palette is 12 inches wide and 10 inches deep. It's held in place by these 4 palette blocks, which can be undone by using the included Phillips head screwdriver that came with the Sienna Pochade box. A couple of reasons you'll want to take it out. One, obviously, is to clean it. Nice thing about it, too, is it has smooth edges, make it safe for handling. But glass palettes are easy to clean. I have a large one in my studio, and I like using it for that purpose. But there's another reason you want to remove this palette from time to time. You'll notice this beautiful cherry wood stain. But the problem is it's not ideal for mixing colors. So what you want to do is put some kind of toned paper. Perhaps some people like to use white paper backgrounds and others gray backgrounds. And I've noticed that a few artists do prefer the gray because it's a nice neutral background to mix colors against in the outdoors. So that's what I'm going to do. What I've done is I've gone to Michael's and I bought this 12 by 12 inch square of gray paper. I folded it up over the edges of the glass, which is nice because now I have these 2 little lips here, which will make it very easy to remove the glass palette when I need to take it out and clean it. You'll notice that I punched holes on the sides of the paper. This corresponds to where the screw goes into the palette block. That way the screw can go in freely and not be bound by the paper there. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take the palette blocks out, remove the glass palette, and then insert this into it, and then reinstall the palette blocks, and we should be good to go. I wish there was a quick release system for this, but it's an inexpensive box, and this is not something you're going to be doing all the time. It's just, I just need to do it for the setup here. Once we're set up, we can keep using the box as is without taking these palette blocks out all the time. Alright, so now I have all the palette blocks removed. I'm just going to gently take out this piece of glass. I'm going to take the gray paper that I've already formed and just set it in the bottom of the palette box or the Pochade box like that, and then insert the glass. See how nicely that sits in there? And there's that lip. You see the lip? Makes it easy to remove the glass when it's time to clean the palette or to replace the paper. So now I'm going to reinstall the palette blocks. Because I punched the holes, you can see that it's very easy to put the screw back in and start tightening it up. And so now we're ready to paint. See how much nicer that looks, having the gray behind that? That'll make it easier to mix our paints. All right, now the next thing we need to do is mount this to a tripod. There are a number of suitable camera tripods available to mount your Pochade box to. I'm a photographer, so I happen to have several tripods available, and I've settled on using this Manfrotto carbon fiber tripod. This is a 190CX Pro 4. Bought it some years ago to use with international travel. And on top of it is a ball head, not bald head, but a ball head. What that means is you can move this around. It has a ball that mounts in this thing right here, and it just allows you to adjust the angle however you want it. So what's good for a camera happens to be good for a Pochade box. The other thing I like about it is it's very lightweight. So this made it good for international travel. You know, my wife and I, we went to South America, for example, and this made it very easy to hike up into the hills of not the hills, but the mountains of Torres del Paine. So anyway, it's very lightweight, and that's going to be advantageous even with using with a Pochade box. The other thing I like about carbon fiber, besides it being lightweight, is have you ever grabbed hold of a piece of metal when the temperatures outside were freezing? It really hurts. Carbon fiber doesn't do that. It's not as painful to grab hold of, so this is really good to use in cold weather. So you may be wondering, how much does this combination of a ball head and the carbon fiber tripod cost? Well, I bought this Manfrotto gear for about $500 a few years ago, and there are newer versions of both now available. Now, I'm not suggesting you go out and pay $500 or $600 for a tripod to support a $130 Pochade box. It is a good tripod, but it is expensive. There's plenty of inexpensive tripods out there that you can go purchase. I just happen to own this already, so I figured, well, why not? I'm going to make good use of it with outdoor painting. So the next thing I want to do is go ahead and mount the Pochade box to this. You'll note on the ball head right here, there's this camera mounting plate. I'm going to take this off, and I'll attach this to the Pochade box. To prepare the Pochade box to be mounted to a tripod, I'm going to remove this tray. We're going to come back to this in a little bit, but I'm going to just set this aside. And then we're going to turn over the box. And you can see this heavy-duty tripod mounting plate. I'm going to take my camera mounting plate and attach it to it right now. I'm going to also tighten this up just a little bit so that it's nice and secure. Now that I have the camera plate mounted to the Pochade box, I'm going to take the Pochade box and mount it to my tripod. It just snaps into place. It's a good sturdy combination. Now that I have my Sienna Pochade box mounted to my tripod, I'm ready to adjust the easel. Now you'll note that I've already taken out the brush accessory tray that normally is stowed here on the top of the Pochade box. It's held in place by these two magnets right here. So I've already taken that out and set it aside, and we'll come back to that in just a moment. To adjust the easel, the first thing I do is I loosen up these three knobs on the support arm. An important thing to remember about this support arm is once you have the knobs loosened, you need to slide it all the way back. All the way back. There's been some unfair reviews written about the Sienna Pochade box. They mentioned that the easel doesn't hold its place. I can guarantee you in every single case it's because they did not slide the support arm all the way back. If you don't do that, it won't hold into place. It's as designed, and it's in the instructions. You know, it's a case of, you know, when all else fails, read the instructions, right? By the way, did I mention that you need to support, you need to move the support arm all the way back? Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Now, I'm going to open up the easel. I want to set it to about right there. I think that's going to be a good angle to start off with. I'll tighten up that knob. Tighten up that knob, and then finally this corner knob right here. Now check that out. It's going to take a lot of force to move that easel. It's holding itself in place right there because the support arm is properly positioned and tightened. All right, now I want to take this 11 by 14 art panel and mount it to my easel. To do that, you'll note on the back of the easel, there are these two knobs. So this knob here, when I loosen that up, it adjusts the bottom art panel clip. This knob right here, when I loosen it up, it adjusts the height of the top clip. So I'm going to take my art panel, just set it in the bottom clip there, and then adjust that top clip. Nice thing about this too is I can lift the bottom clip. This will ride with it, get it to the height that I'd like, and then just tighten the two knobs on the back, and the art panel is securely placed right where I want it and ready to paint on. There's one last thing I need to do to complete my setup here, and that's to attach this accessory tray. You'll note that there's two metal clips right here, and all you have to do is slide those little clips right over the edge of the Pochade box like that. It provides a nice sturdy support with this simple clip here. Now to this accessory tray, I can add my Gorilla Painter largemouth double palette cup, which holds my mediums. I'll just slide that right here. I have an assortment of brushes, browns and filberts and flats. I can lay those there. And I also have a miniature brush washer that I can set either here on the glass palette or on the brush accessory tray. Now I don't know what's the best configuration. I've never done this before. This is my very first time trying to use a Pochade box and doing outdoor painting. But I think this is a great setup. It's simple, it's affordable, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun to try. Well, now I have everything set up. At first it looks a bit complicated, but remember, this was my first time setting it up. And that included, mounting this gray paper under the glass palette, so I had to take that out by removing the palette blocks. That's not something you're going to do on a regular basis. It's just, it just takes a minute or two to get everything set up here. I think this is going to make a great combination for outdoor painting. Now, I'm sure there's a few other things that I'll discover that I need as I begin to use it, but I think this is a good start, and I can't wait to try it. I'll tell you what I think of my experience using the Sienna Pochade box out in the field when I start using it outside. Please join me at creativemethod.tv as I learn to paint. Subscribe, and we'll learn together. Just keep on rolling, 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 rolling. What song is that in? Keep on rolling, rolling, rolling. Action, take two. So this is the large model of the Sienna Pochade box. The Sienna Pochade box, take three. Take four, more time. Take five, take six. I'll just pick it up right here. We'll just cut this part out. Do a jump cut. Don't we love jump cuts? just love jump cuts. Just makes your head jerk around like this. All right, I'm going to take this and mount it to my tripod. That didn't look so easy, did it? Let me try that again. The Sienna is just right. Another jump cut. Take 57, my infamous take 57, and another jump cut. Take 58. I never thought I'd go up to 58. I'm going to mount this to my tripod. This really makes me look like I don't know what I'm doing, which is really true. Okay.